Hi folks, welcome to Set Apart Homestead. This is Travis here at the Prepared Homestead. One of the questions that I get asked an awful lot from people is, choice of firearms for a homestead and for prepping. And I don't do a lot of firearm review type videos, mostly because I figure that there's a whole lot of them out there online, it's just not something that I want to try to jump into and be competitive in the YouTube market. But occasionally, I would like to kind of give my 2 cents on that question of what's a good starter firearm. And usually the question comes from those that are just starting out. They may not have a lot of firearm knowledge or what would work well for a homestead. So today I'm going to answer a few questions, at least from my opinion, and show you what I think could be the best value for a starter firearm on your homestead. To start off with, my opinion is if you have no firearm whatsoever and you move out like this, or you're planning to move out like this, and you know that you need to have one, your choice for at least your first one should be a 12 gauge pump shotgun. And the reason for that is it's probably the most versatile firearm that is made. For those of you that aren't aware of, there are many different types of shells that you can put into a 12 gauge pump shotgun. This, my friend, is just a simple shotgun shell. And unlike a rifle or a pistol, which uses just a type of bullet, this has little pellets in it. But you can also get it with a slug. You can get various types of pellets. You can get different loads so that one is a little bit lighter, meaning it doesn't kick quite as much, all the way up to ones that kick, well, quite a bit and are much more powerful, all in the same 12 gauge. So a 12 gauge is extremely versatile, and you can use it for everything from, shooting a small animal, a small varmint that may be getting into your chicken coop, all the way up to defending your home against large animals or large two-legged animals that may come on your property. So again, and I'm not saying that other firearms, rifles and handguns and stuff aren't necessary. They certainly are. But if you're buying your first one, or you can only afford one right now, I would advise a 12 gauge pump shotgun because of it's so simple. It doesn't take a lot of training to use one. You don't have to be super proficient in accuracy, and they're very reasonably priced. The ammunition is very cheap, and there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of versatility in them. That being said, I want to show you what I feel could be the best value for starter shotguns on your homestead. Like I said, those of you just getting started, and most people homesteading, moving out like this, most of us aren't wealthy. And so we have to be kind of careful and choose what we, spend our money on. For those of you that just have a big fat bankroll and can just, pay for whatever you want, get whatever you want, that's fine. But most of us have to be conscious of how we spend our money. So, with that being said, I want to show you what, and this is not a new type of gun or anything. It's just one that's out there that I think is a very good purchase. And this is an H&R Partner 12 gauge pump shotgun. And the reason why, the biggest reason why I think this is a good starter one is because of the price. At my local Walmart, this firearm can be purchased for $148. I know not all Walmarts sell them, but you can buy these at a lot of different gun shops. And I would say if you see it for more than about $180 or $190, you're paying too much for it, because you can certainly find them in the $150 range. It is 12 gauge. It is chambered for 2 3/4 and 3 inch, and what that means is the length of the shell. The longer the shell, the more boom it can handle. And so this thing can handle larger shells, which is good. It's pump action, and just to show you, it is a clean chamber, but it's pretty simple to operate. The other thing with this And I understand, for those of you gun enthusiasts, these are not the highest quality shotguns, and I'll get into that in a minute. But for what you're paying for, you're not really going to find a lot better in a brand new right off the shelf shotgun. These things are a Remington 870 clone. And for those of you that don't know, Remington 870 is a very popular pump shotgun. It is used a lot in military and in law enforcement. And it's personally one of my favorite. I like the style of the 870 better than the Mossberg, mostly because of the slide release is right here. It's easier to get to, in my opinion. And so this is a clone of that. H&R is actually a subsidiary of Remington Company. And basically the big difference between this shotgun and a Remington 870 is that this is manufactured in China. I know but hey, a lot of things is manufactured in China these days. But nearly all the parts, or many of the parts, are interchangeable, and especially accessories. And you can accessorize these and put all kinds of doodads and gewgaws all over them to make them a little bit fancier. But straight out of the box, this is pretty much what you're gonna get. This is the 18.5-inch barrel, which is a good room clearing entry personal protection type of shotgun. You're certainly not going to get your range if you want to go goose hunting, but you can get a longer barrel to put on one if you choose to. The finish isn't quite as super nice and slick of a Remington 870, but it's nearly half the cost. It's about $100 to $125 on average less than a Remington, and about $100 less than a Mossberg, depending on the models that you're looking at. So you can almost purchase two of these for one of those shotguns. You can certainly purchase one and quite a bit of ammunition for the price of a Remington or a Mossberg. And its functionality is really good quality, I feel, and if you look at the reviews online, most all the reviews say that its quality and functioning is very good, especially for the price. Basically, what you're sacrificing is the quality of finish. Although the plastic stock that it comes with isn't too bad, it's not terrible. The finish on the gun itself, on the metal, isn't the best, but again, you're getting a lot less, paying a lot less for the shotgun. It has a plug in it that can be removed when you buy it. If you choose to do so, depending on your local laws, I would check with that. So depending on the size of the shell, this will hold between 5 and 6 shells in the magazine, tube magazine, of course. It comes with a little butt pad, a little cushion. Let me see if I can zoom in. A little cushion butt pad. You know, it's not the best, but it works. It takes a little bit of the recoil. It also comes with these that you can put a sling on them. The little loops there, little hooks that you can put a sling on it. Other than that, it's also tapped in the top so that you can put some type of light or slide rail or anything like that on the top. It's not terrible, guys. And I know some of you hardcore gun enthusiasts are going to say, yeah, it's a cheap shotgun. Yeah, it is. It's a cheap shotgun, but it's a very good quality shotgun for the price. So if you're interested and you're out there thinking, well, we just moved on our property and we don't own any guns, or we're getting ready to move and we don't own any guns, or even if you live in the city and we don't own any guns and we need something, we need a shotgun, we need a firearm, we're just getting into this, we're just kind of waking up and realizing that you know, we need a shotgun, but we're really kind of watching our budget. We can't afford to go out and drop $500-600 for a good AR, or $300 or $400 for a good pistol. $150 plus tax, you can purchase you a pretty good 12 gauge pump shotgun that I assure you has enough power to knock down your prey, or your not prey, to knock down what you're shooting at. And you know, if you want to upgrade later, you can upgrade. and guess what? You'll just have an extra one. But again, for those of you that are looking for a very good value, something that's cheap in price but not necessarily in quality, you're not giving up a lot of quality, because that's something that's important with a firearm. Some things it's okay to go cheap. With a firearm, you want to make sure you got good quality, because you want to make sure that when you pull that trigger, it goes boom. And if it doesn't, then you're in some deep trouble. I haven't shot this a lot, but I have shot it enough that I feel pretty confident in it. And in the reviews that I've done, the internal workings of the firearm are said to be every bit the quality of something like a Remington. And it feels good and solid. It's not all loose and sloppy or anything like that. Again, the biggest thing that I can tell the difference is in the millwork, and the finish isn't quite as smooth as a higher priced shotgun. But other than that, its functioning quality is about the same. So anyways, to wrap this up, if you are looking for a good, cheap firearm for your homestead, I would recommend the H&R Partner Pump. And if you, depending on where you live, you can purchase this at a lot of your local kind of big box stores pretty cheap, and walk away with the firearm and probably a couple of hundred rounds of shells for, you know, around $200 or so. So anyways, thought I would share that with you, because it is a question that I get asked often, is a good starter firearm for the homestead. And with the 12 gauge, you can do just about whatever you want to with it. All right, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.